got that over, man?
So we got some cold case files. We got a woman being charged for murder. 27 years later.
Okay.
A whole 27.
Let's see, man. Let's go. At the end of the day, though, man.
Let's tune in.
Anna Mae Florence was waiting for her sister and brother-in-law to pick her up. They were going to go for a day of shopping. Lily and Alonzo went up to her apartment. Anna started screaming inside the apartment. Anna Mae yells out to Alonzo to kick the door in. As he's getting ready to kick it, this woman comes running out. She was covered in blood when she ran from that apartment.
Alonzo had her. He had her tight.
Slipped away.
But she just slipped out of his hands.
Alonzo chased after her. It said as she was running away, she told me to get away from her or she would shoot. Alonzo came back.
And they went in there and they found her on the floor and she was bleeding quite a bit.
They found her with a cord around her neck.
She was conscious. He asked her, "Who is that?" She said she didn't know. And then she was gone.
Ah, damn.
That's
boy.
crazy. That's why I'll be opening my
Stabbed.
doors and stuff when
She's
you're not
been
here.
beaten. She's been murdered.
Out of all the evidence that they collected in that place, the real evidence was a single bloody print.
The fingerprint was gold in this case.
The detectives cut out a portion of the wall that had one unidentified partial print.
It made sense that this female inside the apartment just had bumped her hand along the wall enough to make the fingerprint.
It'd be the
DNA
smallest
wasn't around
things. Got your
Fingerprints, interviews.
You think you're gonna get away?
And that's all they had.
You did have witnesses that saw a young female dressed up really nice, going door to door, asking for money. One witness had said back then it was for a funeral.
The detectives interviewed several young girls that lived in the neighborhood that fit the description. They took fingerprints, hoping to get a match to the partial print that they had got from the crime scene. At that point, they all met with negative results. There was a tip called in. This tip had some valuable information.
The day after it happened, I was over to some friend's house.
He had been at a party, and he had heard a female talking about her involvement in the homicide.
He told them that she stabbed the lady. She stabbed the lady in the neck.
Here you have somebody that calls in on their own, anonymously, with information about a homicide case.
When I heard her talking about it, then she had scratches on her hands and stuff. You know, I guess when somebody had been grabbing her, and she had a couple bruises on her arm.
You want to give us your name at this time?
No, not really.
He didn't want to give his name up because he had promised he would not say anything to anybody.
Y'all already know his name, man. Y'all know the number, y'all know the name.
Exactly. Like, unless you come from a payphone.
His name up because he had promised he would not say anything to anybody. The detectives tell him, "You're not a suspect in this."
Okay, my name is Odell. O-D-E-L-L.
He provided his social security number and his birthday. Odell was a big lead.
I know the person that did the crime.
Okay. Do you know her name?
Yeah.
Damn.
Odell said, well, the suspect was a female by the name of
Anita Campbell.
We wanted to obviously talk to Odell in person.
So would you consider helping us by wearing a wire?
Yeah.
He was gonna try to help in trapping Danita.
But then all of a sudden, he decided he didn't want to be involved. At that point, the detectives lost all contact with Odell. They were interested in tracking down Danita. A traffic stop was conducted. She was removed from the vehicle. Her prints were taken right there on the hood of her car. The detectives took the prints to the fingerprint unit.
It doesn't match.
And they compared those fingerprints to that fingerprint on the wall.
There was a smear of blood on the print that was on the wall. So the quality of the fingerprint taken wasn't that good.
So you let it go?
We
Yeah.
found some tapes.
There were 6 cassette tapes.
There was a second interview with Odell.
We turned back to the key informant from the original investigation, Odell.
Maybe on these tapes, he said something else.
Are there any other details that you can recall from that conversation?
She also said that the lady had a Social Security check.
She didn't take the check?
No, she didn't take the check on the purse.
We knew the welfare check. It was still in the purse. Only the killer would know
She touched the check.
that the victim had a welfare check in her purse.
Now, there's no way that that information had been leaked out to the public. The only reason that Odell would have known about that check being in the victim's purse is if he had been told by Danita. If we could find a better fingerprint, I could put her inside that apartment. At that time, just one print was noticed at the scene, but it was a partial fingerprint. We couldn't match that print up with Danita. There was a jar of mayonnaise sitting on the chair by the front door. Maybe Danita touched the mayonnaise jar.
And then right where the rim is, there was a fingerprint.
Let's just compare Danita's prints to that fingerprint. on the
Just when you
mayonnaise
thought
jar.
you got away, you feel
And
me?
they still come back and get you 27 years later. It don't matter
Damn.
today, tomorrow, they coming to get you.
Bro, looking over your shoulders for
Let's
life.
just compare
I could never.
Danita's prints to that fingerprint on the mayonnaise jar. The prints did not match. We're back to square one. Why would Odell implicate Danita? Either he was in on it or he knew he was involved.
We went out to talk to him, armed with a tape recorder and the tape, and we said, Odell, we have to straighten this out.
Okay, my name is Odell.
Okay.
O-D-E-L-F.
Uh-huh.
That is you on that tape.
65 Edinburgh. That's E-D-E-N-B-U-R-G-H.
And he said, yeah, that's my address. That's my social security number. But that's not my voice.
You know, this is on tape here. You know, they recorded you back then. Who else would it be?
Yeah,
He said, that's not me. I'll tell you why. Yeah, that's my previous address. But the way that guy's spelling Edinburgh, I couldn't have spelled that like that. Because I can't read and I can't write. It kind of shocked me, but it hit me with, he's telling the truth.
What?
I can't read and write. This case is really weird because the informant had provided accurate information.
Somebody used his name.
Somebody framed him, trying to frame him. But he came in, they said, right?
The guy probably that stole his identity.
Damn.
That's why he probably didn't go forward wearing the wire.
Oh, hold on.
Can't read and write.
What?
This case is really weird because the informant had provided accurate information. However, the information about his own personal identity and the identity of the suspect was inaccurate.
And he gets all emotional, tearing up, crying, and he got scared. Because whoever's on this tape is providing officers with his name, his social security number.
So the next question to him is, who do you know that knows that much about you? And he listened to the tape several times and said, you know who that sounds like?
His brother.
Yeah.
My cousin Chris.
Oh.
It's always damn cousins.
Back in '87, Odell used to apply for jobs at an unemployment office. His cousin Chris would always go with him, and his cousin Chris would fill out his applications.
Back in 1987, Chris is the one who came to headquarters and saying he was Odell.
Ah!
The original
Wow.
detectives didn't look at a picture ID.
At this point, we have identified our informant and we have his real identity. So we go up to the residence. His mom answers the door. We finally are face to face with our informant, he was getting nervous. Explained to him, we're trying to find out who killed this woman. He denied anything about a tip. He denied it.
I'd have to say the turning point was his mother. She told her son, you tell them detectives what you know. Too much time's gone by, you be honest with them. There was some trembling in his voice.
He said that he did call in the tip. He does admit to knowing Danita. He said she's innocent. Somebody else did it.
Then he told us what some other girl had told him back in 1987, the day after the homicide had taken place. He said, we were just friends. She came over and sat on my porch, and she had to tell me something. She said that she owed a drug dealer some money. And she was going door to door asking for money. Anime had given her a couple dollars. She saw that there was more money in that purse. That's what took over.
Greed.
This is all we need from you. We need a real name.
And he says, Zena Roberson.
Gotcha.
So why
And
you
he
trying
says,
to
I've
frame
held
the
on
lady?
to this for all these years just because she was my friend. He had posed as Odell because he wanted somebody arrested for that homicide. He just didn't want Zena. And he had heard that Danita was involved in some illegal activity. Thought that, okay, she'll go to jail for this and I'll feel a lot better.
Hell
You
no.
know, and I kept my secret with Zena.
Dang.
Zena was the last suspect that we had to go on. So her prints are on file.
I'm looking at these fingerprints.
Match.
Oh, got her.
Dang.
We got her, Zena.
This is the first new suspect in 26 years. We got to the Rome Police Department. So they took the picture of her, put it on their Facebook page. I don't think it was 2 minutes, they got a response. A person answered and said, this is a lady I see at the bus stop at this intersection every morning.
We get to her apartment, and I've never seen anything like it. But every pore on her body opened up. And I mean, it looked like a river coming from the top of her head all the way down. Nothing needed to be said, it was just body language.
You know, she kind of looked down. She knew, I know why you guys are here.
And I said, well, you're gonna have to, you gotta come with us.
The real element we needed was her to admit she had never been in that apartment, because we knew we had evidence putting her there.
How about this woman here? Do you know her?
Damn.
You ever been to her place?
She got.
She ain't got no wig on. She ain't have
They
her-
call her early morning. You know the
her roll.
police be coming like 5 o'clock in the morning. For you still got slob on the side of your face. Sleeping good.
How about this woman here? Do you know her? You ever been to her place?
Never in her apartment. You don't know who she is.
We had her in the apartment. We have 2 separate fingerprints from Zena inside Anime's apartment.
She just wasn't somebody you just threw away. She was somebody to care about. And I did love her, and I still love her, and she meant a lot to the family.
15 years of life. Dang. 27 years and she just.
You got your.
I know that was just eating her up every day because
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
eating her up. He told his mama, she was like, just go ahead and tell them the truth.
It's been a minute. For
Yeah,
real.
like what? The whole all that in?
And why would you even speak on that? Like, that's something you take to the grave. Like, I mean, damn, it's bad, but like, damn, you don't tell no one no joke like that because people can't keep their mouth closed.
And then I know it was you.
Mm-hmm.
And then see, that's why I say, if you gonna do something, you don't tell nobody.
No.
Cause yeah, you'll snitch on me.
Oh, yeah, like a rat. All right, man. At the end of the day, y'all know what's up.
Make sure you like,
subscribe,
comment,
share,
hit notification bell.
Cause you know what, baby.
Baby.
That's all.
Gang!